This was the hardest, most difficult moment in my life, seeing my wife there, dead. It all started when my wife began having a respiratory problem. At that time, we were living in another country. I had just finished the meeting since I'm a pastor at Universal. It was Monday, the first meeting, and I was already getting ready for the second one when she called me saying she couldn't breathe. I immediately ran out. All I wanted was to help my wife, to assist her. What was happening? Why couldn't she breathe? When I got there, I found her sitting down, struggling really hard to breathe. At that moment, I asked a colleague who was there for help, and together we got her out. While we were on our way to the hospital, my wife started stretching out her whole body. I was holding her here on my lap, her head in my lap. She passed away. I remember I was slapping her face. Even now I remember. And I kept telling her, don't leave me, please. At that moment, she was already gone. I prayed to God and said, Lord, even though it hurts, I said, my God, let your will be done. At that moment, I arrived at the hospital. The doctor came out and told me, your wife is not going to make it. They took me to a room where there were 13 doctors. There were pulmonologists, neurologists, 2 cardiologists, the specialist who received my wife, and they were all showing me images on the screen, results of the damage caused during the time she was dead, which was 20 minutes that she was there, dead with no vital signs. After that, they put my wife in intensive care. She stayed there for 11 days in a coma. I was going in. That photo you see there? Here there's another one too. After 8 days, the doctor said, look, we've already stopped all the sedation. If she doesn't wake up today, we run the risk that she may never wake up again. And we have to disconnect her. On the 11th day, which was the decisive day, I went in, I didn't put on a gown, I didn't wash my hands, and I stood right here, just like in this spot. I stood here, pointed my finger at her, and spoke loudly, in the name of Jesus, open your eyes now. And at that moment, she opened her eyes. She opened her eyes. When she opened her eyes, I got chills because, I had already experienced faith many times before. But in that moment, seeing how she opened her eyes was something truly impactful. The room filled up with doctors, and in less than a minute, the room was packed with doctors. Everyone was checking her with flashlights, looking into her eyes. There were about 8 doctors there at that moment. One of them asked me what I had done. At that moment, when we were surrounded by all the doctors, they said that my wife was going to be left in a vegetative state because all her neurons were burned. Most of her neurons were burned. At that moment, a word came to my mind, altar. I ran out of there. I didn't even walk. I ran to the altar. When I got to the church, I poured myself out at the altar, poured out my soul, poured out my pain. It was so intense that when I got up from the altar, there was already a peace inside me, a certainty. There, I saw that my soul was different. And when I went to the hospital, the doctor started saying that they ran new tests, and they can't explain how the neurons started to regenerate, which is supposed to be impossible. Once neurons die, they don't regenerate. And that's where the miracle happened. I saw right there that God was answering me. That's when they discharged her. Here she is by my side. God's answer. She does everything with me. She knows how to evangelize with me. She exercises with me. She does everything completely normally.
When I woke up from the coma, I didn't really know what had happened because, as my husband said, my brain was very affected and I was taking about 720 medications a month. Being in that situation, where I couldn't see, couldn't do anything for myself, I was always lying down. With the nurses, I had nurses 24 hours a day. One thing that was very hard for me, was having to wear a diaper. Because after being someone who did everything for herself, even going to the bathroom, I now had people doing everything for me, cleaning me. I couldn't speak, I couldn't see well. And I went to the altar and placed everything I had at that moment. I mean, I didn't understand why I was in a wheelchair, why I couldn't see, but I did understand faith. That was something I never forgot. I knew that the answer was at the altar. My recovery was going super fast.
I personally know the medical case of the patient Sandra Flores very well, in particular, who arrived practically lifeless with no vital signs. In the end, we managed to get her vital signs back. She was intubated, connected to a ventilator, but she was still in critical condition. In the end, after just a few days, she truly surprised all of us with her remarkable progress, and she improved very well, much better than we had expected.
I started to see. I started to recover. Very fast. I mean, it was a quick process because that was on November 15th, and by December 31st, I was at the New Year's Eve vigil at church, dancing with the wives, singing. So it was really something. We truly saw the hand of God and the answer from the altar.